First, I want to give a big thank you and appreciate for all of you being here. And Rachel should be on her way. Where's David? There he is.
I was lead generating.
Many of you have asked and often wondered how do this particular group or any other top producers get where they are, and what do they do, and what are their secrets? And what we've done is we've compiled the questions that you've asked into about 5 or 6, and we're just going to go down the line, and we're just going to ask each agent what they do and find out their secrets, if they have secrets, right? All right, so let's start with Bill. How much time do you spend on lead generation per day?
2 to 3 hours every day. Pretty religious.
15 hours a week, minimum.
Pretty religious, I guess maybe is an understatement.
Yeah.
And how about you, Renew?
You know what? I would not have the right answers. That's why I'm so embarrassed to be here.
There's no right or wrong answer. There's no right or wrong
And
answer.
I don't want to lead anybody the wrong way. Hard work will get you wherever, and follow Bill and follow these guys here.
And Renew was one of our top close volume this month. Okay. How about Steve?
I'd probably say about 10 to 15.
10, 15 hours a week?
Yep.
Perfect.
Working on more.
Great. And you, David?
I'm scheduled for 3 hours a day, and I probably get about an hour and a half to 2 hours a day in preparation of that. So I'm here to show you what tasing will do to get to lead generation.
A wife that chases?
Everything so.
Very nice. Okay, so now I'm going to start back over here with Bill, if you don't mind. What is your system for capturing and converting leads that you receive?
Capturing the leads, so how do I get leads?
Yes, how you're
And then how do
capturing?
I convert
and
them
then-
once I get them?
Correct.
Well, I do, most of my deals at this point come from, I have about 700 people in a past client list. And I contact them 4 times a year by phone and 4 times a year by mail. I door knock a lot, but most of the business, I get business from that. But over the 18 years in business, that most of the 700 people in that database have, one way or another, come from door knocking, expireds, for sale by owners, that kind of business. Once I get the lead, it's pretty simple in my office. I always have a yellow notepad, sellers on one side, buyers on the other. I write down who I think might do something in 30 days or less, and it's always in front of me. So I'm always, trying to work them, and every month I tear it off and redo it. So it's pretty simple.
Pretty easy, guys. And how about you, Renew?
Okay. I really gave it a lot of thought as to what I do with my life, because 5 o'clock I put down the pen and I just leave the office till the next day. After that I don't work. But this year, because the last 2 years have been really disastrous for me, I've just decided to work whatever leads come my way, which is usually through a property listed. Be it rentals, I've got a lot of conversions. This is surprising to a lot of people, but a lot of rentals have turned into sales for me. And so it's something that I don't want to lead. But if I have a lead on my desk, I historically have gone on as, I don't want to work at all. It's just whatever. This year, if it is on my desk, it will be taken care of. I don't care whether I get up here at 6 o'clock in the morning or whatever, but it will be done. Whether I have a $35,000 lead and I will work it. So it's just a commitment this year, just to make it finally. And I think it's happening. That's it. I'm going to be like Stacy.
Make it happen.
All right. All right, how about you, Steve?
We did a mastermind with Gary Keller, and he brought to our attention the 135, and we brought that back last fall, I think, and I've been somewhat committed to that. My goal, my big one, was to make sure I brought in at least 1,500 leads throughout this year, because I know each lead is going to come from different areas. So the different areas that we're focusing on is our sphere of influence, our website lead generation, our sign calls, our geographic farm. So those are really the 5 areas that we've been focused on. Now I also have the foreclosure business that comes in, and I really can't control how much of that is going to come in other than my lead generation aspect of the foreclosure. And that's really trying to meet asset managers at all these stupid conventions that you have to go to and pay money to go to. So that is a form of lead generation, even though I'm trying to convince my wife that it is. She really doesn't buy it. But it is true lead generation, even if I am drinking at it. But I was really, really good at the beginning of the year at tracking, and we were tracking every single lead, because that was our one big goal, was to get 1,500 leads in this year. And I figured out that that was small in comparison of what I was going to need to do to actually convert. So your website lead generation is obviously going to be a lot more difficult than your sphere of influence lead generation, or, you know, like our geographic farm, you know, when we send out marketing material, or if I go door knock, you know, my conversion rate is going to be much higher. So that's been the hard part, is finding out just how many leads that we have to bring in to hit our goal, and what the conversion rates are going to be on those. So, you know, I just started door knocking last week, and I've got to do 100 door knocks this week, or I owe everybody on my team $100. Was that it, Patty? $100?
Yep.
Yeah. Shit.
We're gonna hold you to it.
So you know, right now I'm at, you know, 32 or 33 for this week, so I've got to hustle this next Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. But I'm really starting to feel the crunch of, hey, we're down on listing inventories. That's all I've been focusing on. I haven't been focused on buyers. That's what my buyers agents are for, and my team members are for, is to focus on those buyers. But tracking how many leads you have and versus how many are actually converting, it has to happen in your business. And this is the first year that I've actually started, and I see myself slipping. So I know I need to hire somebody to do it, because I know I'm not going to do it. Pretty much we're using Wise Agent to track those. So I've got a potential seller file. I don't have my potential buyers, because my buyers agents have those, so I need to regroup with those guys, see each and every single potential buyer that we're working with and what's happening with them. Because I know just last week, if you're not contacting any lead, just like she said, I lost a listing because they called on a Saturday night. I didn't call them back till Monday, and they wanted me to call them back on Sunday, and, you know, I didn't. And I lost that listing appointment. It turned out to be a $300,000 listing. So you gotta call every single lead every single time.
Yes, and you can even say, I'll call you back, you know, like whenever.
Yeah.
Just let them know that you're on top of it.
If my lazy butt would have even sent him a text message, hey, I'm with my family, you know,
Drinking.
drinking. Me and the twins are doing shots. 6 years old.
Thank you, Steve. How about you, David?
Our conversion, our lead capturing, I should say, is Arts Telecom, and we use Top Producer as far as all our tracking. Everything is tracked. Every call that comes in is tracked and put in and logged into Top Producer. We have personally probably just under 700 in our sphere, and then with the teams we're probably over 1,000 as far as who we have in our sphere that we go out to. We used to do newsletters on a monthly basis. Actually, we used to mail them just up until a few months ago, and we've done that for years and years, and it's been very effective for us. And then we started with budget cutting. We started not doing it, and people would actually call and say, "You guys still in the business? Or you know what's going on?" And because they weren't getting it, because they would actually, surprisingly enough, look forward to them, especially in our subdivision, you know, places that we farmed at. So we went to electronic through Janet, and it's been wonderful. You know, as far as everybody getting it, we actually get more response that way too, because it's much easier for them. And we found out, rather than picking up the phone and calling and say, "We got your newsletter," they will actually just respond back by email, say, "Hey, those stats you sent us are really impressive. You know, I really like what you're sending out now." So we're getting much more feedback. Excuse me, since we started using Janet's company to go that route. And Arts Telecom, now we're also doing the new stuff we're adding is an e-properties. What? E-properties, what's the name of it? E-properties.com. So we're building a website for each one of our listings, and I also am concentrating more on listings, because without the signs being out there, we're not getting the buyers' calls coming in. And I think we're going to talk a little bit about our goals and stuff like that, and as far as what drives us. And I need external force to push me on through this marketplace. So I just went, through Success Series and went through Bold, and that stuff is very important to me.